Here is every upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's project ranked by how excited I am for them. At number 9, I have 5 Laps at Freddy's. This is going to be a go-kart racing spin-off starring family-friendly versions of the characters. So it's basically a Mario Kart ripoff in the style of FNAF. While it has the potential to be decent, the idea just doesn't interest me much. At number 8, I have Five Nights at Freddy's Into Madness. This is going to be a free-to-play game that will remake several mini-games from FNAF World. The concept could work, but I need to have more information about it before I get seriously excited for it. At number 7, I have the multiplayer Five Nights at Freddy's game. This is a AAA game that was announced back in 2019. The idea sounds interesting, but the reason it's so low is because it's been in development hell for a long time. At number 6, I have Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Crew. This is going to be a multiplayer survival horror experience in Roblox. Now, I don't really play Roblox, but this still looks pretty fun. And this style will be very similar to Dead by Daylight, which is pretty cool too. At number 5, I have the Five Nights at Freddy's themed attraction. There's little information about this attraction, but it will be added to Universal Studios sometime in 2025, and there's a lot of potential for it to be a fun haunted house, or ride, or whatever it ends up being. At number 4, I have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This is going to be the sequel to the first FNAF movie, and will adapt the events of the second game. The first movie wasn't perfect, but it did a pretty good job of putting the story of the games into a live-action format, so I'm pretty excited to see how this movie turns out. At number 3, I have Five Nights at Freddy's The Ride. This is going to be an immersive ride experience where you have to conserve power and survive against real-life animatronics, and there are 2 endings depending on how you perform. This concept sounds amazing. It really sounds like they're taking the concept of the first game and putting it into a real-life ride. At number 2, I have Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. This is going to be the next major installment in the series. It's going to have full player movement just like Security Breach, and will feature the Mimic as the main antagonist. And honestly, it looks pretty good and will be more horror focused than Security Breach, which was not scary at all. And at number 1, I have Fazbear Fanverse. This is an ongoing initiative by Scott Cawthon to remake popular FNAF fan games and make them part of the official franchise. These include Five Nights at Candy's, Pop Goes, The Joy of Creation, One Night at Flumpty's, and Five Nights at Freddy's Plus. And this is really exciting. It's great to see iconic fan games get remade with even better technology, and it's also just really wholesome to see Scott supporting his fans like this. Which of these are you most excited for?